Travis Wayne Goodsell. We have breaking tragic news for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. A church counselor, in other words a psycho, is traveling from Mexico City to assist with emotional needs and other counseling options to be made available to 70 Latter-day Saint missionaries. You see how easy it is to identify a different news? Yeah, the Salt Lake Tribune posted 4 or 5 hours ago in their new format online, which they allowed me to see the whole article without having to subscribe to see the rest. So, yeah, missionaries down in Mexico, Torreon, there's 70 of them, 13 females, 57 elders, were robbed at gunpoint and were assaulted in the process. There's much to go over. I'll try to keep it short. I still have another video to upload. Having served a mission in New York, I know exactly what it's like to be robbed. And no counselors were sent to me. Thank God. Talk about you're victimizing the victim. The Book of Mormon should be enough for these missionaries, because they now have stories to tell when they get back. Whoa, you were robbed at gunpoint? Wow. Yeah, and angels came down, chased them out. You know those are the types of myths that would happen. So that they can be popular. Yeah, listen to my stories of my mission. Oh yeah? Well, listen to mine. But this is a zone conference. But the thing is about consequences. And everybody wants to deny consequences, thinking that they can defy the consequences, that the consequences won't happen to them, that there are no consequences. And it's just, ugh. So let's go over it yet again. You want to produce apples. I used oranges on the other video. So we're using apples on this one. So that's your goal. You want apples. Do you plant weeds? Will that get you your goal of apples? I would hope you would say, obviously not, Travis. Yeah? Maybe? I don't know, I'm confused. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid, man. No. Do you plant oranges? Orange seeds? No. Do you plant potato buds? No. Do you understand this basic, simple concept about consequences now? And so if you have an economy that purposely causes economic division between poor and rich, can you just expect the consequences to be that the poor are to blame? Why do people commit crime? Oh, it's because they're bad and they're possessed by Satan. No. It's because of consequences. The economy in Mexico sucks big time. It sucks so bad that women who get raped have to go undocumented, and their children undocumented. If you get into a car accident in Mexico, you lost your car, you have to abandon it and leave it at the side of the road because of the corruption of government. In the news this past week, there was a teacher, I believe she was from Georgia. She took a vacation trip to Mexico. She's dead now. Not too long ago, there was that apostate, evil, not affiliated with the Bergamite Church. It's those others who we do not associate with, who reside down in Mexico. Women and children gunned down by a Mexican mob, a rival Mexican mob. And we're still in a coronavirus pandemic. Why? Well, these are the consequences of not following the medical advice. The medical professionals told us what to do, and they told us the consequences if we didn't listen to them. Oh, wow, they were right? Who would have known? We should actually listen to them. Now everybody's throwing a fit about the consequences. They're unhappy. They want to go back to the way things were. And you can't, because you didn't follow the medical professionals. And so there are consequences. And among those consequences are a labor shortage. Why? Coronavirus. People get sick. People die. And so you don't have laborers to get the normal processes for production, manufacturing, shipping, and distribution, and all that's involved. So there are shortages of goods and services. As I had warned you in advance, hope you get your shopping done early for Christmas, because now it's starting to get too late. You should still be able to get Moroni and the swastika. That's still prime. But there are consequences. Utah is now the highest percentage of the West Coast resurgence of it. That's according to the Deseret News. And I kept telling you, follow the medical professionals, and YouTube banned my video. There are consequences. And yes, we were sabotaged in Utah. I exposed Governor Cox in conspiracy with the University of Utah Director of Mental Health to cause the further spread and escalation of the virus so that the mental health director can get more clients. That's why they're psychos. And so these missionaries, no, keep those psychos away from them. They're predatorial, anti-science, anti-logic. They're just going to screw up those missionaries' heads. But nope, it's a church counselor. The church has embraced the psycho field. Anti-science, anti-logic. There are consequences. If you plant weeds, you can't complain that you don't have oranges. And so, yeah, it's tragic that they were victims of those who are financially struggling and thought that missionaries would be filthy rich. I wonder what gave them that idea. But it's even worse because we're in a pandemic. The medical professionals warned us from the beginning to stay home until it passes over. They told us if you don't listen to us and if you keep going out in public, keep trying to do your normal routine, the virus will never go away until the last human is dead. We were warned of this. So what is the world doing? Not listening to the medical professionals. Nelson, a medical doctor, not listening to his Hippocratic oath. Not following the medical professionals. As the churches opened up again, all the temples are now opened up again. Church is still the super spreader, because we can see it on Utah's stats. And now Utah is back up again. Those are consequences. And you can't get mad at me. These are the consequences because of you. And so it's not logical for you to get upset with me because of what you did. You were deceived by the living prophet. And your first clue is that he claims that Jesus is his Christ. Have you not even read your first vision? But there are consequences. You're waiting for a second coming and a millennial reign of peace and happiness, but you've planted weeds. You're not going to get your desired result. You've built your house on sand, and it's collapsed, and now you're complaining. This is unnecessary. Those 70 missionaries should have been at home. The church should have said, hey, we're going to follow the medical professionals, even if the whole world doesn't. And we're going to do our missionary work solely online, so that missionaries can stay home and stay safe. Nope. President Russell M. Nelson put these and all missionaries' lives in jeopardy, unnecessarily, in violation of the medical professionals. Our government leaders have extorted you to go back to work. All of it is unnecessary. The continuing infections and deaths that keep rising and will keep rising indefinitely, because these are the consequences. You cannot deny science and logic like psychos do. There are consequences. If you think you can fly without an airplane, don't do it. There are consequences. There's this thing called the law of gravity. And so all these incidences with Mormons and with missionaries, all of it is unnecessary. But these are the consequences of failing to adhere to science and logic. And it's not these missionaries' fault. It's Nelson's fault. He's the one deceiving us, you, causing you to keep going to church, to keep spreading and escalating the virus. Nelson profits both ways. If you stay home and get vaccinated, church still makes money off of you. They own Pfizer and they own Johnson & Johnson. Through investments. So they're going to be making billions of dollars this year for vaccines. But, like last year, they're going to make another $6 billion for keeping the virus spread and escalated. What does it take for you to recognize weeds from oranges? Or I was supposed to do apples, wasn't I? What does it take? How do you not know the difference? How can you not see consequences as bad versus good? See, you see this as bad. Oh, 70 missionaries, oh no. But you don't see it as the consequence of Nelson. You don't see it as a consequence of Mexico City and its poverty. Mexico's a third world country, by the way. In case you didn't know. That's why their sidewalks are dirt. Their streets are dirt. Their buildings are mud, brick, clay. I only have experience for what I see in the news and when I went down to Tijuana into, I can't remember what it was called, Santa something. There are consequences. You can't go into danger and expect to be unharmed.